Can a team finish third and still become World Cup champion? Here's a sentence that should not make sense. A team can lose games, finish third in their group, look completely beatable, and still lift the World Cup trophy. At the 2026 World Cup, that's not a glitch. That's the rules. And if you think that sounds unfair, wait until you hear how close it's already come to happening before. Let me explain. Fast. First, the big change. 2026 is the biggest World Cup ever. 48 teams. Not 32. 48. That's the most in history, and it changes everything about how a team survives. Those 48 teams get split into 12 groups of 4. Every team plays 3 games in their group. Win, draw, or lose. Simple enough so far. Now, here's the old rule, the one you grew up with. Finish in the top 2 of your group, you move on. Finish 3rd or 4th, you fly home. 3rd place was basically a polite way of saying thanks for coming. But in 2026, that rule is gone. Here's where it gets interesting. 12 groups means 12 third place teams. And FIFA decided that the 8 best of those third place teams also get to advance. So it's not just the group winners and runners up, it's 12 plus 12 plus 8. 32 teams marching into a brand new knockout round called the Round of 32. Read that again. You can finish 3rd in your group and still keep playing. You just have to be one of the 8 least bad third place teams in the whole tournament. This sounds simple. It isn't, because now there's a competition within the competition. All 12 third place teams are basically in a silent fight against each other in different cities, often not even playing at the same time. You're not just trying to beat your opponent, you're trying to outpoint, outscore, and outbehave a team you may never face. So how does FIFA pick the lucky 8? In order, first, points, then goal difference, goals you scored minus goals you let in, then total goals scored. Then, get this, your behavior. Fewer yellow and red cards actually helps you survive. And if teams are still tied after all that, it comes down to your world ranking. So yes, in theory, a clean tackle in your final group game could be the reason you make the knockouts. Football is weird. Now here's the payoff you came for. Once you're in that round of 32, the group stage is erased, gone, wiped. It doesn't matter anymore that you finished 3rd. Everybody starts level. It's single elimination. Win and you advance, lose and you're done. No second chances, no group table, no excuses. So a 3rd place team only needs to do one thing: win 5 straight knockout games. Round of 32, round of 16. Quarterfinal, semifinal, final. 5 wins and the trophy is yours no matter how shaky you looked 2 weeks earlier. And before you say that's impossible, it has almost happened. Back in 1990, Argentina finished 3rd in their group. They lost their opening match to Cameroon. They looked ordinary, and then they went on an absolute tear through the knockouts and walked all the way into the World Cup final. They didn't win it that year, but they came within 1 game of proving the whole point. So think about that. In 1990, only 4 third place teams even got a chance. In 2026, 8 of them do. Double the doors, double the underdog stories waiting to happen. So let's go back to that sentence that didn't make sense. A team can stumble, lose, finish 3rd, and still become champion of the world. In 2026, that's not a loophole. That's the design. The group stage doesn't decide who's best. It just decides who's still breathing. And somewhere out there is a team about to barely survive their group, sneak in as the 7th or 8th third place qualifier, and go on a run nobody saw coming. The only question is which one. If you want to actually understand this World Cup before everyone around you does, subscribe. Because when that underdog run happens, you'll already know exactly how they pulled it off.